So this is a video that I was hoping that I wasn't gonna have to make, but unfortunately, as I kind of saw it coming with this whole ringside pass thing, it's reared its ugly head. What's good, family? T-Rex Carter here, back with another WWE 2K26 video. And unfortunately, 2K just pushed out a patch that has nerfed really the only way around all of the grinding when it comes to this ringside pass that they introduced this year. I mean, the patch did address some other things that was highly needed with this game. However, let's not, beat around the bush and call it what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. This really was just a patch to keep us from being able to get through the ringside pass as fast as possible, just to get to the content that we should have had from day one. So let's actually go on over to 2K support page and take a look at what actually changed. Now, we already knew some kind of patch for this was coming, as multiple developers in interviews have said that they're still testing the RXP gain for this ringside pass, right? They didn't have it down pat, and they said they were going to keep testing it even after the game had launched. Well, after early access started, obviously we had the easy method of adjusting the sliders and going in and tapping out a low rated player within the first 15 to 20 seconds of the match. And a lot of people, myself included, wasn't really a fan of the amount of RXP we gained in just for playing matches in general. It doesn't matter if you had a 5-minute match, 20-minute match, hour-long match. All you got was roughly about 115 RXP per match. And people, rightfully so, made their voices heard and complained about it. And as you can see, like right here, they did go ahead and adjust the amount of RXP we gain in these matches. So let alone, okay, also too, we get custom matches. We can now get RXP in matches. Some guys go in and change the weapons in a match. That would be considered a custom match type. We can now do that and still get RXP, which is a bonus, which it really should have been in the first place, because we don't get extra RXP for having longer matches. We don't get extra RXP for having 5-star matches. The match quality doesn't matter when it comes to gaining these experience points, only the completion and whether or not you win. So with that being said, why can't we earn RXP from couch co-op play? I have little ones that I play the game with, and then sometimes we'll be sitting there, we'll reel off 15, 20 matches in a given sitting, and we don't get any RXP for that. Since we now have this match timer that's in place, basically it's like a cooldown clock. Since that's in place now, then couch co-op matches shouldn't be an issue when it comes to gaining RXP. And that same thing can be said for custom online lobbies. It's not like we're getting extra RXP for the higher match ratings. It's not like we're getting extra RXP for longer matches. So what's the problem with adding custom lobbies to that too? But like I mentioned before, they did go ahead and bump up how much RXP we get in a match that we win. 25 just for, up from 25 to now 30 just for completing the match. And then the one match win, if you win it, instead of 85, we're getting 105 now. So now that it puts the total at 135 RXP per match that we win. But all of that now gets negated now that they've added this stupid 60-second timer that you have to run off before you can even finish the match, or else you're not even going to get 105 of the RXP for that match. It's stupid. And then see here, like they make a joke about us having to, everybody was going in and enjoying making Eric Bischoff tap out within 15, 20 seconds. We didn't like doing that. We had to do it. It was the decision to put a battle pass in a fully priced game. And not only that, but to hide everything that we paid for with the bonus editions of this game behind grinding that pass that forced us to have to do this. Nobody wanted this. Nobody asked for this. The My Faction packs, the Persona cards, the extra VC, put that in a ringside pass. That stuff makes sense. put everything that I would have had to grind for in a mode like the island that I don't intend on playing, and my faction that I don't intend on playing, if you put that stuff in the ringside pass, that makes sense. But the reason why everybody buys these season passes in the first place for a wrestling game is for the extra characters. The easy solution to have avoided all of this grind method and everybody trying to do it in what you say is take advantage of the system, if you had just simply put the second the pass launches, all of the characters are unlocked. Or if you want to put some kind of grind behind it, okay, cool. Maybe within the first 5 tiers, you can put those characters, and everything else you put in the later tiers in that pass. But that shows you where the priorities lie. The goal was to never deliver more content to us. The goal was to incentivize people to buy tier skips. As simple as that. But it is what it is. It sucks. We can't change the past. All we can do is adjust as to what the new method is, right? So let's do the math on this real quick, okay? So now we get what I said earlier. We get 135 RXP for winning a match, okay? That match has to at least last 1 minute, all right? I'm assuming, this is just me assuming that the rematch method still works, but if we go in, all right, and it takes 800 RXP to tier up. So we go 800 to the next tier, divide that by 135 RXP per match. That puts you, so you're gonna need to roughly complete 6 matches in order to get enough RXP to go to the next tier, right? So that's 6 matches. That means we gotta do 6 matches at 1 minute each. All right, sorry, lost my train of thought there for a second. So it's 40 tiers times 800 RXP. That's the total amount of RXP that we need. All right. Then you're going to divide that by the 135 that we get per match. That puts you at 237 matches that you need to complete in order to complete the ringside pass, to complete the season for that ringside pass, right? And we already figured out that it's 1 match per minute. It's a minute per match. So this is the amount of matches we got. So it's 237 minutes total. And we're going to divide that by 60 because it's 60 minutes in an hour. Because we already know, obviously, a match a minute, right? 3.95. So almost 4 hours now from start to finish to complete a pass. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. I mean, it's still bad. Like, just don't get it twisted, because a lot of us were getting the last one done in about 2.5 hours. When I did mine, I just threw on a podcast, watched it, and just kept it going. Knocked it out in about 2.5 hours. So it's basically almost doubling the time. Now, obviously, when you add the RXP boost in there too, that'll shave off a few minutes. So you might be able to get it in, like, you know, let's just say 3 hours, 40 minutes or so. Just depends on how fast you knock them out. I don't have time to do the math on that right now, but I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are on this whole patch that just came out. So please leave those down in the comment section for me below. And if you enjoy this type of content, please stay locked in with the channel and give me a subscribe. I do have my full review of 2K26 coming out. Unfortunately, I had some stuff going on, so I had to push that off for a little bit, but I'm still working through it. I got some things I'm working on, hopefully some different kind of content that I can bring to the channel. So like I said, if you want to stay locked in on that, please subscribe to the channel. So that's gonna wrap it up for me. Stay blessed, y'all. I'm out.